Hey, what's up, guys? It's Friday, so I thought this video was a little bit fitting because I've been getting some questions in regards to, is it okay to drink when you have Crohn's or colitis? And I think it's a pretty loaded question, and it really depends on where you are in your healing journey. So if you're early on in your healing journey, so you're newly diagnosed, or let's say that you're not newly diagnosed, but you're experiencing a lot of symptoms. So perhaps you're in a partial flare state. You're just not feeling very good and you have a lot of symptoms of your autoimmune disease. Do I think that it's smart to drink in that position? No. And you have to think about it like this. If your body, the fact that you actually have an autoimmune condition means that your body's not healthy in its current state. So your body's being inundated with toxins. Your liver's being inundated with toxins, right? Your gut's got some chaos going in on it. Your microbiome's going bonkers. Do I think that you want to include a bunch of things that feed the fire? So whether they make your liver more toxic, which alcohol definitely goes, it's quickly absorbed by your liver, and yeah, it is a toxin. Or giving your gut a bunch of things that are going to feed bad bacteria. So I think if you are going to drink, so if you're in a good place where you're pretty stable, do I think it's okay to have a few drinks? Yes, but I think what you want to do is you want to drink strategically, and that's a really important point, is drinking strategically. Because let's be honest, having an IBD, it sucks, man, especially when you have a lot of symptoms and you don't feel normal, you know? It's not fun going to the bathroom all the time. It's not fun losing weight, feeling skinny. Like, I don't know, again, I'm almost 40, so depending on where you guys are, but when I was 20 years old, all I wanted to do is drink and hang out with my buddies, you know, check out the ladies and enjoy life. And that was a huge part of it. Drinking was a huge part of actually having a good time. So it's like we all want that. We all want to feel normal. On top of the fact is we just want to forget about our problems. We want to forget about the fact that how much this autoimmune disease controls our life. You just want a shred of normalcy and feeling good. So getting back to it, drinking strategically. So if you're on the side of saying, hey, you want to drink, I think that it's really important you do it strategically. And I'll give you a few tips here. What I would do is I would make sure that whatever you're drinking, make sure it's low carb. So I would stay away from almost all beers. Yeast, like I'm just saying, beer being high in yeast, it's not something that you want to introduce into your gut. Maybe later on in your healing journey you can do it, but that's not something that I'd recommend. Most clear alcohol, low carb alcohol is usually, it's okay. You can usually get away with it. If you are going to be mixing it, I'd probably be using some like low sugar mixes and some stuff like that. But you almost have to separate a little bit. So are you drinking to get a buzz on, or are you drinking to just be social? And those are the outcome is different for both. So let's say if you just want to drink to be social, like I know for me, I'd go out with my buddies and I'd get like half a shot. So I'd ask the bartender, hey, can you give me half a shot? You know? And yeah, you're paying for a full shot, but at least you can have a few drinks and still feel normal. So you're paying for 4 drinks, but what did you do? You had 2 drinks? Or you can get less than that. That's your call. Or you can get a bigger glass. Anything to extend the experience where you feel normal. And you know what? I'd always get a rum and Diet Coke. And then sometimes I just get a Diet Coke. It depends on it depends on what you need to feel normal and you need to socialize. So personally, if your outcome is to get your buzz on, like for me, if that's the outcome that I was searching for, man, I'd probably just do an edible. And depending on, I don't know what country you guys are from, but I'd be a lot more comfortable with using some THC product that got a buzz on it doesn't negatively affect my gut or my autoimmune condition. So that's food for thought if you're going to say pick poisons, but I'm a lot less worried about somebody smoking some weed or taking an edible than I am somebody drinking alcohol. You know, one definitely has more of a toxic effect on your liver than the other. But you do what you got to do. But hey, if a person was out hanging out with their friends and they did a little bit of an edible and they felt a little buzz on, you can drink a lot less drinks. You can get a tall drink and you can drink it slowly. That allows you to have a good time. And again, I'm not advocating that everybody goes out and always gets like fucked up, but I'm saying if you need to enjoy your life to get back to your program where you're eating healthy, then do what you need to do to feel normal. You know, we've all been there. So I guess it's really up to you, depending on where you're sitting, if you guys are experiencing a lot of symptoms or not, on what approach you want to take. And if you guys go into the description of this video, I actually have a little guide, and you don't have to give an email address or anything. It's just a guide. It's a webpage guide. You can go and check it out, and it will show you all some of the tricks that you can do to drink, right? Because I know if you want to drink, do it strategically. Make sure that you're not feeling it the next day. You can also compensate for some of that stuff. So if you're drinking, what am I going to do the next day to recover? You know, that guide will teach you how to drink strategically, and it'll make a huge difference to feeling normal. Because I've been in remission for over a decade, for the most part, I can drink whatever I want. I can't drink beer. I can drink one beer, but I'll always notice a little bit of an issue. Like I'll always notice brain fog or something that I just feel off. And I'm not saying it's like I feel crappy. I just know that I feel off from feeling, when I feel level-headed and I feel good, I feel off from that position, like from that point. So, but I would rather stick, I'm more of a guy that would rather stick to rum, and I like Diet Coke or Pepsi Max or whatever you can get, right? So that's my drink of choice. And yeah, do I ever have a few drinks and get a little bit drunk? Of course I do. You know, we go on vacation, or at least before all the Rona nonsense. Yeah, we'd go to Mexico, and me and my wife we'd be at our resort, and yeah, we'd be probably a little bit buzzed by 11 in the morning. And yeah, I had so much fun doing it. I'm not going to say, I'm just like anybody else. Who doesn't like listening to some music, you know, having a few drinks, or on a cold day, on a hot day, having a cold drink. You know, we all want to be normal. So if you're looking to just let loose and have a few drinks, then do what you need. Just do it strategically, and really consider what I was saying before about saying, hey, is there other alternatives? Like, can I have a little edible? You know, can I smoke a little joint and still feel pretty decent? Because you know what? Not that I'm recommending telling people to go and get up, but I'm saying, I know it's going to happen regardless. So I'd rather see you do it strategically, you know? So yeah, pick your poison of choice. I think that one offers a little bit more of a safer outcome, you know, with not overdoing the alcohol, because sometimes you're going to overdo the alcohol. And if you do, and you get in that position, that guide that I'm talking about, it also tells you how to recover. So whether that's, you know, taking some probiotics, or doing a little bit of a fast, or just staying away from some stuff, you can check that out. But yeah, hopefully this little rant answers some of your guys' questions. And yeah, definitely check that guide out, because it will make a huge difference. Because in the beginning, when I first started drinking, I'd make all this progress with my diet, and then next thing I'd know, I'd have 1 or 2 beers and I'd feel crappy. And even when I tried to still grab things, like I would go lower carb beers like Michelob and stuff like that, and it still tend to bother me. And then yeah, sometimes I'd end up a little bit buzzed from like sugary drinks, like, you know, like whenever I go out with my wife or whatever, that she tends to like sugary drinks. If I overdid that, I'd always feel pretty crappy. But drinking lots of water, having lower carb mixes, lower carb alcohol, yeah, I can drink and have a good time. And I don't do it a lot, but I do it a few times a year. I have a really good time where I get a little bit of a buzz on. And then yeah, do I have a casual drink? I'm not going to lie. I probably have 2 or 3 rums a week. You know, I enjoy having a rum, lime, and I like smoking cigars. So nothing wrong with that. You got to do what you got to do to enjoy your life and to get through, and what keeps you motivated. So hopefully this video helps you guys. If you guys have any questions, or you want to tell me, just create some dialogue in the comments, guys. I really want to offer the most amount of value that I can on this channel. So I'm really about creating conversations. So leave me a message. Let me know if you guys have had good experiences drinking, what you did, or if you had bad experiences. But there's a lot of little hacks if you're really looking to feel normal and to go out and drink, that you can, you know, again, low carb drinking. You can even use, like, I'm not sure, depending on what country you guys are from, if you guys have like the water flavors, it's like a Mio or those other ones. I know that for myself, I'll grab one of those water flavor things. I'll put a little bit of like a quarter of a shot, a third of a shot, put some ice with a lime and some of that water flavor stuff. And bam, there I got a drink. I got a low carb drink that doesn't have a lot of alcohol, but I feel normal. And to everybody around me, hey, they just see me have 4 or 5 drinks. They're like, look at this guy. but they don't know. Fake it until you make it, really. Like, I don't know what you guys are drinking for, because sometimes it just feels good to be normal. Because, you know, when you're at the club, you're with your buddies, and I used to be that guy. I was having a Diet Coke. It's like, and it was super obvious. I'd be having this drink that they put specifically, they'd always put pop in one glass and they put a drink in the other. And then eventually I'm like, man, you feel so awkward being out drinking that diet pop. Now, do I really care? I don't really care what most people think, but I did at that time. And yeah, you just get singled out, and every single person is like, how come you're not drinking, man? How come you're not drinking? It's like, okay, could I feel any less normal? So then I just started not caring. I would still drink it. I have no problem drinking a Pepsi Max or a Diet Coke when I'm out and about, but I would rather tell the bartender, put it in the short glass with a lime. Then nobody knows that I'm not drinking. I still feel awesome. And you're never going to feel hungover. So really, again, like I said, you're faking it until you make it, if you want to put it that way. But nobody knows you feel normal and you still have a great time. Okay, end of rant. You guys have a great weekend, and thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Peace.